I wish I was lying to you with the thumbnail of this video and the title of this video, but I'm really not. Alucard is broken again. If you are playing solo to trio, he is one of the strongest junglers in the game again. Now, versus YSS, Lance, versus Hayabusa, versus Suyu, Nolan, all of these junglers, Alu is gonna be just fine again. This change to Fighter Emblem, yes, sacrifices some of your damage, but gives you so much more sustain right off the bat. You get 20% hybrid lifesteal at level 4, 30% at level 8, 40% at level 12. Don't forget that Rose Gold's passive is based on your lifesteal, so Rose Gold Meteor at level 12, including the 10% lifesteal on Rose Gold itself, gives you 50 hybrid defense. Before, you could max out at 40, right? Now you're maxing out at 50. So overall, all you have to really consider is that you have slightly less damage, but you have way more sustain. An extra 10 hybrid defense and 10 extra hybrid lifesteal is a lot, I'm not gonna lie. And these gameplays are going to prove that to you. Now, if you guys want discounted and bonus MLBB diamonds, make sure to click the link in the description down below to Loot Bar. I get a 10% commission, you're getting all of those things I just said. Anyways, let's get into this video. I deliberately started on my blue buff to play for the gold crab because I wanted to get Fury Hammer slightly sooner, and then Leslie went and took it. So after going to check his green, let's go back up to our top lane and try and prevent him from taking that one because we know 200% that Suyu is currently top lane. And now you see the reason why I wanted to play for that gold crab. I actually would have killed Suyu here if I was able to get my Fury Hammer, but it is what it is. Anyways, we don't have retry, so all we need to do is chill, take our blue buff. If they take the turtle, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. We're just gonna do our clear again and chill out. Patience is a virtue in this game, and as long as you learn to have patience, opportunities will always come. I mean, look at this. They're serving themselves on a silver platter for me. Leslie stole my gold crab, so I deliberately decided to let her get her attack off knowing that she doesn't have the damage to kill him so that I can steal that kill. Honestly, maybe I would have been nicer and not have done that if she didn't take my gold crab. But, you know, take my gold crab, I'm taking your kill. All of that petty shit aside, let's look to steal some camps, even though I know Suyu probably farmed it all, and look for a gank on Freya, because I genuinely thought she doesn't have ulti. Now, some of you are gonna look at this and think, wow, Fighter Emblem on Freya, Inspire, and ult looks super broken. Let me save you from getting a chocolate medal in your next rank game. Freya without ulti or without Inspire would be completely useless, and she doesn't have enough dashes to chase people. So, even though she could use it there to survive, the second that she doesn't have these things, she becomes a walking minion. Doesn't matter even if she's 5,000 gold ahead, and that's why I'm trying to tell you right now, don't play Freya. Instead, go Alu, have a way better time. This gameplay is literally just me chilling out, limit testing, and taking my time. Notice how again, I'm not forcing anything, it's 2-2. I'm chilling, I'm farming, and now that I'm level 8, I have 30% lifesteal. So, let's get to this turtle. I honestly expected Suyu to tap Retri, and he didn't do it. Instead, he just did some other shit, and it is what it is. We lost the turtle, but we won the contest after, and to be honest, that's all that really matters. Now, let's get this easy kill onto Obsidia as well. Now for a little sidebar, for any of you guys wondering why my voice might sound a little bit like more quiet or like I'm talking quieter in general, is just because of the time of me recording. Sometimes I have the liberation of having the entire house to myself, and other times I don't really want to be too loud or disrespect the people in my home by screaming so much. I know that for some of you it's like very normal to scream in your house all the time. In my house it's really not, unless if you're dying, don't scream, you know. So with that in mind, the reason why I'm kind of more quiet or more like chill in comparison to when I like live stream sometimes is because I am not home alone. Usually when I live stream, I'm home alone and I really don't care about how loud I'm being. But I digress. Again, Freya will be a monster in ulti, that's why you're watching her sustain all this damage, but then again, you can see that she still died. The only real downside to this kill on Freya is the fact that they got our mid turret, and I'm not gonna lie, if I had to trade my Joy for their mid turret, I would always take the mid turret. No offense Joy if you're watching this video, it's just that it's the better decision. So losing this mid turret means that I need to be perma farming my jungle because I run the risk of getting invaded now. So I want to clear everything and try to farm as much as possible so that they never have a chance of invading me. I know 100% a lot of you are gonna be like, why didn't you press your ulti when Obsidian and Sicilian were both low? I pressed it 6 times, I have no idea why the fuck it didn't go off. That shit really pisses me off, but it is what it is. I can't look back on that. We still won this fight, and we are still snowballing. So, by this point, I'm gonna start limit testing on Alu, which means, if you guys don't understand what that means, I like to limit test Alu specifically when a new update comes out that can benefit him, and since we're using Fighter Emblem, I'm gonna limit test him by doing some pretty crazy shit later, but for now, because we have the opportunity to, let's keep scaling, and then we'll see with that extra amount of scaling whether or not I can really do certain things. As if this Obsidia built a Wind of Nature as her second item. I literally stopped trying there and just was like, what? Because I could have gotten this kill onto Obsidia way earlier and jumped out, but I kept trying to kill her because she was taking 0 damage and I was confused. If I saw, by literally looking at the enemy's items with correct micro to decide to look at the enemy's items that she had a Wind of Nature, this whole engage wouldn't have happened. Honestly though, telling you straight up, Obsidia would have died, and I would have jumped out of that turret and lived. Like, Alu right now is extremely strong, but I had to limit test, and honestly, like I said, I could have killed her and lived, because who the fuck goes Wind of Nature second item? Like, we're playing in 200 plus stars. People do not do this shit in 200 plus stars. This is like 25 star macro, bro. Like, what? I mean, look at my team comp and you'll realize why I'm shitting on it so much. She deliberately only built it because I exist. What do you mean Wind of Nature? Why not Rose Gold? I mean, Kadita, Leslie, and Joy, and you decide Wind of Nature. This is why I'm saying 25 star macro. Remember when I said I was limit testing earlier? Well, holy shit, talk about limit testing. That was right on the verge of it, wasn't it? Now you can see though, crazy sustain, crazy damage, and you're almost completely unkillable when you've got Florian Alu, Angela Alu, or Matilda Alu even, as you will see in game 2. And yes, you heard me, there will be a game 2. Now a lot of you guys are going to be like, why was that Matilda so tanky? Well, Dominance Ice. It is so broken, bro. I genuinely decide instead of going for a Blade of Despair to go for a Malefic Roar in this game, because what the fuck is that, bro? Absolutely insane. Honestly, try to find yourself a duo where you can play Alu Angela or Florin and Alu, or you play Matilda Alu, something with a flask, right? Like Kalea can work too, but in my opinion, there's so many other better ones. Cause like, bro, honestly, like Alu with a support right now is like retarded as fuck. You already have so much base sustain, and now let's add a support onto that like Florin, who quite literally can heal me back to full HP by default, or Angela, who gives me a huge shield and constant healing. Like, it's very, very strong. Anyways, this game is like pretty much wrapped up. I'm gonna cut now to the point where shit's a bit more interesting so that we can wrap it up and get to game 2. I just wanted to show you guys a lot of like the rotations and stuff. Now, I'm gonna do the exact same thing in game 2 as well. So I'm only gonna cut out like near the end if it kind of gets slow like the way it is right now. So simply put, to not waste your time, we got the Lord, and then we get this beautiful play onto the Freya, and this is what I mean by Freya's kind of useless, right? You can see, don't play Freya. Now, we only have one job, zone them off and let my team end the game. So I'm going to let Joy engage first, and then after Joy, I'm going to engage second. I know, he doesn't have the damage that he used to have, but I also didn't go for a Blade of Despair here, and if I went for that instead of Malefic Roar, I would have had more damage, but also, just look at my total damage done, and my total damage taken. I mean, this was kind of shocking. I did 49% damage and took 41%, so before you're saying that Alu doesn't have damage, I did 50% of my team's damage in this game. Now for game 2, we are going to be playing versus a Haya, and Haya is already a bit more of an annoying hero, but again, once you get to Rose Gold, this guy literally can't kill you, so I decided to start on red buff this game so that I could go to EXP side, because EXP has the weaker lane matchup. I actually have more than enough faith in Carry to survive on that lane, whereas I actually don't really have much faith in the Argus, even if he is a good player, simply because he has a losing matchup. Benedetta is a winning matchup versus Argus. If you're losing that matchup to Argus, you really need to learn some Benedetta micro, and how to time your skill too, and your skills, and do I gotta explain myself? Anyways, we can't get the Letho, but it's fine. I'm trying to signal to my marksman that the Hayabusa and that the Farza and the Glue will be pathing bot lane so that she can be more careful. I only want to do 2 things here. Maybe gank the Bene, and I want to take the XP Crab in his top camp as an utmost priority as long as I am not contested. So that is what we're gonna do. I mean, at level 4, we have 20% base hybrid lifesteal, which is quite crazy. We managed to kill their Benedetta, and we managed to force her petrify. So even though we don't have retry for this turtle right away, let's just chill, wait for the enemy team to join, we'll get all our stuff back, and like I said, bro, 20% hybrid lifesteal is not a joke, especially not on Alu. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to help my roamer here. I don't have any skills on cooldown. I would rather wait once they use all of their stuff and Haya has no more shadows to re-engage. Now Hikari, I know you're watching this video. I apologize for using you like a sacrificial lamb. I promise we're not on any of that Islamic or biblical shit, but you can see that the play worked out perfectly because they had no more skills after they wasted everything on our roamer. So now we're just going to take the EXP crab, take our green, take our blue, take our red, and go back and try and gank gold lane because I really don't want to deal with any Melissa problems. Honestly, comment in the comments down below if you're watching at this point Matilda Sacrificial Lamb, because this is the second time she's died for us to kill 2 more priority targets. I mean, that's absolutely hilarious. Anyways though, moving forward, you can see that everything is going as planned. Obviously in all of your games, you might make informed plans, but they won't always work in your favor, and that's when you need to improvise. Now, the way I like to consider MLBB is pretty simple. You know how in chess you have to have a plan in the middle game if you want to move forward and win the match? It's the exact same thing. In MLBB, you want to always have plans, you want to always time your rotations with purpose, and you want to always know where you should be on the map at what moment, and you need to always be there, making the correct plays. And as you can see, we're doing a pretty good job of that, which is why we're 5-0, winning the turtles and having a good time. Do you see why I said to play Alu with a support roamer? I mean, like, you actually cannot kill him. It is such a piss off, and I'm not even at my rose gold yet, which is completely diabolical. On the other hand, like I said, I want to focus this Melissa as much as possible. The more we do, the better we'll do. And in this game specifically, I think I decided to go for Endless Battle to limit test Alu. Is it still worth it to build rose gold, or is it not? And for a quick little answer, you should still be building rose gold. Honestly, there's really not much to say. I am completely snowballing and completely dominating the map. So of course, we gotta start trolling a little bit. It's not a Zex video if I'm not limit testing and trolling at some point. So let's get to doing that now. I mean, I don't really know what I thought would happen if I jump into 4 of them and all 4 of them use their ulti on me. Oh my god. But I'm actually convinced that if I had a rose gold here, I could have lived. I shit you not, because it's that broken. The 50 hybrid defense is definitely something to write home about. It is completely broken. Alright, back to the main focus. Notice how I split bot lane a little bit so that there's some pressure on the map before we do the Lord. My plan is in general to do the Lord every single time I'm splitting the opposite lane. If you drag even one person, congratulations, it's Lord time. When you drag the enemy jungler, holy fuck, do the Lord. When I saw Haya bot, I was flabbergasted. I genuinely expected Farza or Melissa. Freest Lord of my life. Also guys, you know, don't flame this Bennett too much. I know some of y'all are probably thinking in the comments or whatever. Sometimes you just have shit games. I don't know if this person's played much Bennett or not, but sometimes you genuinely just have really bad games. I've definitely had games on Alu even where I've gotten chocolates, right? So sometimes like shit just happens. Don't flame people for it. It is what it is. And also, this carry is a very new player. I actually can tell you right now in a second, actually, hold on. Not to like expose her or anything, but she's 55 stars with 5k games, still a relatively new player to MLBB. I know some of y'all have less than 5k and be like, holy fuck, how is 5k new? But it definitely is. What I was gonna say is, she was having a bit of a bad game earlier, and I was just being like, don't worry about it, like we got it, it's fine, right? I've noticed in general with teammates when, you know, they're having a bad time, I've noticed specifically with most of my teammates, if I just chill and don't flame them, or if I just try to motivate them instead, most of the time you actually end up boosting them to a position where they feel more confidence or feel more desire to actually play good. So keep that in mind. You don't always gotta be toxic. I am very well known for being toxic, but heed my advice as a fellow toxic ass motherfucker. Try to be nicer to your teammates. You'll see why I'm saying all this when you see carry pop off and carry for us later in the game, no pun intended. Alright, let's get this Lord and let's immediately try to end this game. My Melissa, oh my god, my Melissa. My carry and my Lennox have one job, kill that fucking Melissa. And now this Argus killed the Hayabusa, which means they have absolutely no fear in walking up anymore. Farza doesn't have ulti, it's only realistically Bene that could do something, but after Bene's out of the picture as well, then we're able to fully just ape this Melissa. All I want to see is Lennox light form and carry spraying her, and we can end this game so fast. Are y'all ready? Look at the carry. Look at the carry go. Look at the target prioritization. Oh my goodness, she got the Melissa. GG. That was the only person who I really couldn't kill on the enemy team, to be honest, and getting rid of that Melissa is taking a huge pain out of my ass for me, bro. Like, every single time I try to jump someone, Melissa jumps in and pops her ulti and I can't kill them anymore. So good shit carry, good shit everyone on the team. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and you see how broken Alu is. I think I'm going to be playing a lot more of him, so expect more Alu content. If you want that, comment down below. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.